Hey guys, today I'd like to share my weekly makeup basket with you. I know it seems a bit weird me doing a weekly makeup basket and not wearing any makeup whilst filming it, but it's we had like a family day and I wanted to make it a free day, and it's like 8:30 at night, so I'm not gonna put on makeup just now just to take it off again, but I will share with you my makeup for the week, being as I have the time to film this. So starting with my eye makeup, of course, I have to have my Urban Decay Primer Potion, Lifesaver, Holy Grail, need it for all eye looks, otherwise my eyeshadow just would not stick to my face. I have two single shadows in rotation. We have Kiss the Day from NYX, which is just a matte white shadow for base, highlight, a bit of blending, and of course we have Urban Decay Naked, which is just a nice transition colour. It's a very, well, y'all know what Naked is. I mean, we all have the Naked palette, so there's a swatch of it there. It's a lot lighter than most transition-y type colours that come in most palettes, so it's kind of handy to have a little single of it. As far as actual eyeshadow goes, I've kept out my Laura Mercier Artist Palette, which I did a Get Ready With Me video using, and I will link that in the info box if you haven't seen that video. This was all the rage when it first came out. I think it's permanent now, I'm not entirely sure, but it's just a beautiful range of sort of pinky toned neutrals. There are a few cooler toned, well, a few bits, like this entire section, these three here, they'll lean a lot cooler than I like, but apart from that, I love everything else in the palette. Like if you use Coeur Royale or Violet Ink with the rest of the colours, it still pulls quite warm, but Plum Smoke is the only one that is just so obviously cool tone that I find it a little bit hard to work with. But yeah, I've just been kind of adoring this palette for the last week, so I really want to just carry on using it for another week. Underneath my shadow, I have the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Rose Gold. I have a swatch of that just here. It is a beautiful, easy to work with, easy to blend kind of cream eyeshadow stick. Works perfectly with Laura Mercier eyeshadow, which is exactly how I'm sure it was designed. For liner, I don't have a pencil liner this week. I've been finding my eyes with the change of weather have been really watery, so I don't really want to put anything in my inner rims. But for upper lash line, I'm going to use a liquid liner, and this is the No. 7 Stay Perfect liquid liner, and it dries to a matte finish. Not my favourite liquid liner, but I'm trying to like use it up, so yeah, we're going to work with it. And lastly for the eyes is my mascara, which is the Sumptuous Extreme Lash Multiplying Volume Mascara from Estee Lauder. This is one of my most favourite high-end mascaras. The other ones I really enjoy are the Double Wear Zero Smudge mascaras, particularly for the lower lashes, and the Clinique High Impact mascara, especially once it's dried out a little bit. It just gets that perfect consistency and it looks amazing on the lashes. But otherwise, Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme, love. For brows, I've pulled out two old favourites. We have the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper, which is slowly dying. It's got like little fibres in it, and I just brush it through my brows, whether I'm wearing a brow pencil, brow powder, or if it's just my natural brows, just give them a bit more shape. I don't have it in just now, but it gives it my eyebrows a bit more shape, a little bit more definition, sort of uniforms out the colour a little bit. And for a pencil, I'm using the Professional Eyebrow Pencil from Rimmel. This is in the shade Dark Brown. It's quite an old pencil, so all the writing's pretty much rubbed off. But this is just a bog standard kind of hard consistency eyebrow pencil. It's like I say, it's basic, but it gets the job done. It's cheap and cheerful. love it to death, been using it for years and will continue to, and yeah, rambling on about eyebrow pencils. Onto face products. For primer, I will be using the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This is sort of an illuminating but long wear primer, so I'm enjoying using this guy. For foundation, I've pulled out two products. The Inglot Cream Foundation, and I'm also going to mix in some of the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, because this is quite a pale foundation and it's quite yellow. And it's also quite like a sheer coverage almost, or a lighter coverage than I would like for during the day. Whereas the Pro Longwear, this has a bit more pink in it than the Inglot. It has a slightly darker shade. As it's concealer, it's a lot higher coverage, so I'm hoping the mixture of the two will make a happy mixture on my face. So yeah, for concealer, I have the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla. I should really tell you the shades of these. We have LW100 in the Inglot and NC15 in the Pro Longwear. Liquid highlight from Becca. This is in Moonstone, and I have a little swatch of that just here. You can kind of see it, the more goldeny of the two glowy bits. The more pinky of the two, which is over here slightly, is my powder highlight of choice. The Victoria Beckham for Estee Lauder Modern Mercury. I haven't fully unpacked my makeup, so I'm just kind of using whatever comes to hand most days, and I spotted this just sitting in the box and I was like, well, it's new, it's being re-promoted at the moment, and I just wanted to enjoy it while it's still relevant. I mean, I'll enjoy it while it's not relevant, but hey, while it's being hyped up, I'm gonna get super enjoyment out of it, right? For bronzer, I have my little beat up sample of the Hoola bronzer. I don't think I would ever purchase a full size of Hoola bronzer. I think once I've done with the sample, I will be happy. You know, I'll have lived through a bout of Hoola and dealt with my craving for it. I'm not a lover of this bronzer. It could just be that it's so small and difficult to work with that's making me not like it. I'm not entirely sure. But I don't know, there's just always been something about it that I've just not gotten on with. But it's in my use it up project. If you haven't seen that, I will leave that in the info box as well. Got a horror at my own videos, yeah! But that is the bronzer I'm going to use this week. For blush, I have two products. These are the products that have just sort of worked their way into my makeup bag, and I'm just going to kind of keep them there for now because I'm enjoying them a lot. We have Dior's Beige Nude, which is a really, really pretty, like it says, it's like a beige nude color. It's like a brownishy pink shade. It looks really sheer, but when it imparts enough color to make a subtle difference to your face. It's sort of like my favorite It falls into my favorite category of sculpting blush, and you guys know how much I love a sculpting blush. It's like subtle, natural, but it has impact, and that's why I love it. And then we have NARS Douceur, which is again one of my old favorites. It's more of like a much browner version of Beige Nude. I'd say it's about like 3 or 4 shades darker. I actually think they discontinued Douceur, but because I haven't seen it for sale on any of the regular stockists of NARS. There's a quick swatch of Douceur and Beige Nude. But I've been enjoying them both, so I want to keep them in rotation for just a little bit longer before I venture out into anything else. I have my eye on my Sleek blushes because they were that was the last box I sort of pulled out to play with was a box full of blushes, and it had all my sleek ones in it. I'm just like, oh, I want to touch you. I want to play with you. I want you on my face. So that will possibly be happening next week. As a setting powder, I'm working on my no filter powder because I don't feel comfortable taking it out of the house anymore because it broke. I just opened it up one day and the dome had cracks and they're exposed like a hollow part underneath. If I hold it slightly, you can kind of see how it's kind of, it's hollow under there. So I don't really want it to completely destroy in my makeup bag, so I'm going to keep it at home and use it as a setting powder. Not that it makes for a great touch-up powder, I find it's not very good at blotting. It's good at setting, but it's not very good at blotting. It just kind of cakes around your pores, I find, when you use it to touch up, so yeah. But for a touch-up powder, I have the No. 7 Cream Touch powder, which is just a bog standard. It's a nicely milled, it's not exactly chalky or anything, it's not powdery, it's just a really nice bog standard face powder. It's like the eyebrow pencil, it's cheap, it's cheerful, it gets the job done. I've never really had a complaint against it. It's not the most astounding product in the world, but it gets the job done every time. So love this stuff. And lastly, for lip products, I know it's like lip products are like my favourite thing, and I only have 3 to show you. First of all is a lip pencil. This is the Lippy Stick in Parker from I was about to say Chlorine. I was like, Chlorine? Shampoo company. But from Colourpop, and I have a swatch of that just here. Again, this is in the Use Up project, so you'll probably see it popping in and out of the makeup bags for a while. And with that, I've been, again, enjoying my Bobbi Brown lipsticks, so I just kind of want to hold on to them just for a little while longer before I branch out into other things. And I have the shade Brown and Beige here. I have 3 Bobbi Brown lipsticks. I have Brown, Brownie, and Beige. So this is Beige. And that is a swatch of beige right here. And I'm sure you can guess the swatch next to that is brown. And this is brown. And swatch of brown. And as you can see, Parker looks like it would go very well with both lipsticks, under both lipsticks. And I quite like mixing the 2 lipsticks, like putting beige in the middle and brown on the outsides and blending them together. So yeah, happy with those choices. So that's the makeup I'm going to be using over the coming week. I'm really excited to get back into weekly makeup baskets. I'm sorry this was a bit, I feel like it was a bit awkward, but I do need to get used to being back in front of the camera. So hopefully over the period of time, it'll get progressively better and we'll be like old friends again. Yeah. Maybe I'll stop like staring at myself because it's like getting used to just seeing my face right there. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Apologies for the no makeupness, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.